Well, welcome Andy Wilson from Altitude Payroll. How's it going?
Doing well, doing well. First day of spring tomorrow, so looking forward to that.
All right. Well, I wanted to chat for a few minutes about Leaders Club. You're going into your third quarter as part of a Leaders Club group, and just share with me your experience thus far.
You know, the Leaders Club has been really great for me because it's given me an opportunity to have a sounding board with peers that are not only the same level as far as, being a C-level in a small to mid-sized organization, but specifically within my industry. That's been really valuable for me to be able to bounce ideas off of other, fellow CEOs in the payroll and HR space and learn from their experiences, learn from their struggles, and vice versa. And, I go into the meetings with an expectation and kind of an idea of what I think the outcome is going to be, and then it goes in a completely different direction, and I walk out with a completely different answer than what I was expecting, but it's a better answer. So
well, let me ask you this.
It works.
Have they told you what they think you want to hear?
No, not at all. And that's the beauty of this thing is that, a lot of times, you go into some of these groups, especially if it's in your local market, people tell you what they think you want to hear because they don't want to share too much or be too candid because they're afraid of, losing something of their own. And in this environment, it's, there's no holding back, which is refreshing.
Yeah.
But it's done in a very, for lack of a better term, done in a very loving way because we all want to see each other's success, and that's why we're there. And so that's made the whole process. Makes it a lot more comfortable.
Excellent. So, each time we get together, we spend a little time talking about developing as a leader. Last time we talked a lot about starting with why. So how's that helped you?
I think that's been good. I think, especially the starting with why, the Simon Sinek's book, it's kind of a popular trend right now, which is starting with why. But I think it helped me try to, step back and think, because we don't, as business owners, we don't a lot of times have time to step back and think about things because we're always running in the moment. And to be able to have an environment where it's like, okay, wait a minute, let's talk about this. Let's think about this. And how does that apply to my business, and why am I doing my business the way that I'm doing it? And then once you figure that out, being able to transfer that ideology, that why, down to the rest of the team so that they understand, and it creates a culture in the organization of not just coming in and punching in hours or punching in numbers to be able to spit out a check, but more importantly, it helps them understand the importance of why we do what we do and how that affects our clients and ultimately affects the growth of the organization.
Excellent. So if you were to run into another payroll bureau owner and they said, hey, is this something I should do? What's this all about? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that, if you don't already have an advisory board, you don't already have a accountability team or partner, then you definitely need to get into something. But if you're in our industry, then I would say that they should seriously consider working with you and your organization because of your experience and because of my experience within this group. I long term, this is going to be short term and long term. This is going to be really valuable for the growth and trajectory of our business. But also, it's lonely at the top. We come in here and we have our teams and we have our offices, and sometimes just as leaders we just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And you have to find that safe environment to be able to have that conversation and not be afraid. And that's the biggest thing that I could say to anyone who doesn't have something like this or is looking for something like this is find that safe environment.
Excellent. One last question. Is there a mindset that should or maybe should not look at Leaders Club?
You know, that's a good question. And I would say that if you're in the mindset, if you're happy where you are, if you're happy, being, stable and not looking to grow anymore and you're just comfortable where you are, this is probably not the group for you. But if you're an organization that is looking to continue growth, continue that growth and sustain that growth over a long period of time, then I would say that this is the kind of organization that you got to get involved in, because we're all there to grow and grow rapidly, but also grow the right way so that we don't lose sight of, the service and the value that we bring to the small business community.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, Andy, I appreciate the little time you spent here. This is a big help. And I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you at Leaders Club in May.
All right. That sounds awesome. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Bye.